Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I have a question for y'all. What is the best way to counter spam? Well, it's with spam of your own, of course. Sorry that it is. That's just how it is. You know what I mean? And today I think I finally have something that counters the two worst things somebody could have in their deck: an excessive amount of charge attacks, and most annoyingly, parry strike. So I have to devise my own kind of spammy kind of deck that counters that shit. Here it is. Works pretty well against charge attacks and parry strike. I got see, as you can see, there's 4 strings here. The top right is all right. Top left is all left. Bottom left is all left, and bottom right is all right. And of course I've got alternates that kind of make up for these kind of weaknesses, so that Forsaken won't have an easy time parrying these moves here. So this goes to top right, goes left. The handstand kick goes, yeah, it attacks the left side. Well, from what I can see here, your opponent's right side, I suppose. Drunken Paw goes right side, or your opponent's left side. Surging Palm goes right side, or left, or your opponent's left side. And what the fuck was that one? Knee strike. Knee strike goes left. So right, that's knee strike goes to the left, the right side. That might be a bit of a problem here, but I mean, it's slow enough to throw off a parry. What is it? 20 frames? This is 14. Yeah, I mean, if you could time it a little, like time it a little differently, you can throw off a parry. So no worries there. Also, I mean, I kind of bottlenecked this here because this is a straight attack and this is a straight attack. You kind of have no choice but to go into it. But I mean, you can just feint the donkey slap and the stretch out hook if you're worried about people just spamming side avoid. Against stagger though, that might give you a bit of trouble. Also, with the staggered fronts, I should mention that with the staggered front stumble, you might have a bit of a difficult time kind of destroying that charge stumble because it's quicker, obviously. But anyway, I mean, with this deck, I know you can just parry the slow moves, but if you're like me and you've been fighting so many noobs with a bunch of fast decks and whatnot, and you just used to parrying so fast, you can't. If you're like me, I can't really parry anything I can barely parry anything that's slower than 20 frames. Okay, simply because most noobs I go up against don't have usually don't have an excessive amount of oddly enough there's always the occasional one though, which is kind of what this deck is made for, or the one that just kind of likes to rely on a charge attack move as a crutch to get them out of pressure. And we all know those types. And then there are the types that use parry strike. I guarantee you, I mean, it's practically guaranteed that at least 2 of these strings here will counter parry strike. Okay, this one's just a straight loop. Might be a bit of a problem with that if you have one, but it gets the job done, I find. Also, there's this loop here into the knee strike if you're worried about that, but still works just fine. And yeah, I'ma just honestly, it's pretty spammy, but if you just keep doing the same thing you deserve, whatever happens to you, you know, when this is used on you, okay? Especially parry strike. I'm gonna just keep on doing one or two of these strings on you until you stop using Parry Strike. Forever. Okay? But, yeah. In the first fight you see how well it works against somebody who only just tried to use his charge attacks. He also had Parry Strike on as well. I mean, it was just fucking perfect for me. Like, after just a few revisions, I finally got this down, and it was beautiful. Let me tell you, it was so nice. There was a guy earlier who I fought who kind of relied on grab punch. I was using an earlier version of this deck, so you'll get to see that. But yeah, I think I've done it, boys. I've created a counter to charge attack and Parry Strike spam. So yeah, enjoy that.